Halo, selamat malam dan assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam semuanya. Selamat datang di Ngobrol Dota 2 Season 2 Episode 1. So everyone, welcome to Ngobrol Dota 2 Season 2, and this is the first episode of 10th episode that I've planned for the season number 2. Today it is an honor to have one of ex-Aura Esports player who've been compete for Indonesian team for almost 3 months. And also he is from South Africa, jadi dia dari Afrika Selatan dan dia pernah bergabung bersama tim Aura Esports selama 3 bulan. So we have Travis Castaway Waters from South Africa. Hello Castaway, how are you, man? Apa kabar?
Thank you, I'm good.
Yeah. So this is Castaway from South Africa. Thank you for coming to my podcast. Thanks for accepting my invitation. It is an honor to have you on my podcast for my first episode of second season, man. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So
Sama-sama.
sama-sama. Terima kasih banyak, Castaway. So actually, I have read your history with Aura Esports, and also we've talked each other before this podcast regarding your journey on Sinister 5 and also on South Africa. Would you mind to explain me a little bit about yourself before joining Aura Esports?
Yeah, sure. So basically in high school I started playing competitive Dota like 2014, and I always wanted to go pro and like play for money and stuff, especially like when I looked at the international. So after we won everything here in South Africa, and it was like 2016, I finished school. 2017 came along. I went into a gaming house with my teammates, and yeah, I had this plan that I wanted to go overseas and I wanted to compete, but there was never like a chance outside of WSG. And when we went to WSG, unfortunately, we always got really hard groups, and we played all right, but we never played good enough to like do something, you know. So it seems it'd be like, wow, you know, the South African team was so good or something, and we were very inexperienced. So I made the plan to try and go to SEA because Southeast Asian region for South Africans is good in terms of visa. It's not too expensive, like compared to go to America or Europe. It's very expensive and the visa is difficult. So when I had an opportunity financially to go, I took it. And my best friend at the time was living in Cambodia. So long story short, I went to Cambodia, lived with him and his girlfriend, and I just played ranked, got a PC, played ranked, got to like rank 50. And then I first joined Entity, and then after that didn't go so well. Shin contacted me, the manager of Aura, and then he was like, hey, your South African teammate Donnie mentioned you, and would you like to join Aura in Indonesia? And I was like, Indonesia? Like I've never even thought about like going to Indonesia before in my whole life. Like I'd never, like I knew that Komodo dragons were from Indonesia, but like that was it, you know. Like I've never like known anything from Indonesia. So I just thought, you know, let's go. And I chatted to the Aura owner Chris, who I still talk to today. And yeah, I got on a plane, and then I came to Aura, and I met my lovely teammates, CJ, Iman, or Travins, and Visory, Kevin. It was very cool.
Yeah, thanks so much for your explanation, mate. I will explain in Bahasa if you don't mind, because there are few people that does not understand English. So dari awal dari seorang Travis Castaway ini punya impian untuk bermain di Southeast Asia karena di South Africa ini belum memiliki kompetitif yang cukup tinggi gitu, sehingga pada di tahun 2016 atau di 2017 dia memutuskan untuk pergi ke Kambodia sambil berharap dia bisa grinding rankingnya dan bisa dilirik oleh tim-tim lain gitu, tim-tim di Southeast Asia. Dan pada akhirnya dia bergabung dengan Entity Esports dan juga hasilnya cukup memuaskan. Kemudian dikontak oleh Shin. Shin ini adalah manager dari Aura Esports. I know Shin as well. I've met him back then. And also ketika Shin menawarkan diri untuk menawarkan Castaway untuk bergabung bersama Aura Esports, Castaway tidak tahu apa itu Indonesia, kemudian kompetitifnya seperti apa. Kemudian dia berkata why not, and then dia join ke Indonesia, bertemu dengan teman-teman yang satu tim yang memang benar-benar dia cintai semenjak saat itu, yaitu ada CJ, kemudian Iman, Travis, dan lain-lain. Maybe that's all that I can explain in Bahasa Indonesia. So probably my next question will be, is Aura Esports the only Indonesian team that you play at? Because I heard that you play at XCN, if I'm not mistaken, or it was Godot only.
Yeah, no, that was Godot. That was Godot before Aura, I believe.
Oh yeah, okay.
He played for XCN with Visery. That's how they knew each other and became friends.
I see. So actually, Godot and Travis, Godot and the other guy who joined XCN before joined Aura Esports for
Visery?
and Visery, okay, before ESL Indonesia Championship. Okay.
Yes.
So, and my next, I kind of curious with your journey at Aura Esports, even though it's only one season, or one season if I'm not mistaken, or two, probably one season.
One.
How do you feel to play in Indonesia?
I mean, looking back, I would say I completely loved it. Everything about it was really cool. I really enjoyed playing with my teammates. They were really fun guys to play with, and they were fun guys to live with, like CJ and Travis and Kevin. Like, it was just fun. We used to go to the movies sometimes. We used to go eat together. We used to go to do stuff, like do fun things together as a team. They were cool guys to be in a team with, like inside Dota and outside. And it was cool because we came second in ESL in Indonesia, and that was a good placement for us, I think, because like we were just a brand new team, and it was like the first big tournament we played at, so that was cool. And I don't know, I learned a lot as well, playing with them. Like, I learned a lot of things about the game that I never really knew before. And I enjoyed it like thoroughly. I wish it could have been longer. I think we could have done more than we did, especially in C. But I understand, like, the Indonesian Dota ecosystem wasn't too good by that time. Like, when ESL first season of ESL Indonesia ended, it was already looking like, you know, some teams were like not having Dota teams anymore and stuff like this. So it was unfortunate. Like, I felt like I came 1 year too late. You know, like maybe if I came a year earlier somehow to Aura and to Indonesia, I could have like played more in the Indonesian Dota, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So I will explain in Bahasa just in case some people that does not understand.
Sure.
So sebenarnya si Travis Castaway ini sangat senang sekali untuk bermain di Indonesia, terutama bergabung bersama teman-temannya, yaitu ada CJ, Travis, Kevin, dan juga Godot. Mereka bahkan pergi nonton film bersama di bioskop, watching movie at the theater, and then mereka makan bareng gitu. Dan itu jadi momen yang sangat menyenangkan buat Castaway, terutama walaupun hanya beberapa bulan saja di Indonesia. Kemudian salah satu achievement terbaik dia tentu saja di peringkat kedua di ESL Indonesia Championship Season 1, dan tentunya dia pun berharap dia bisa stay lebih lama atau bahkan bisa stay 1 tahun lebih lama, lebih awal istilahnya di Indonesia, supaya dia bisa merasakan kompetitifnya di Indonesia lebih lama lagi. Itu. And also for my next question will be, since you are now in South Africa, which I believe that there is no competitive server. How do you play in competitive rank? Since I heard that you are now on top 2000, if I remember correctly, if I'm not mistaken, you're on top 2000. And what server do you play at?
Yeah, so it was weird because when I was in Southeast Asia, my rank was always like rank 200, rank 100, rank top 100, you know, somewhere between there.
Yeah.
But ever since coming home and we play in Europe. We play in Europe with I play with 165 ping. So Europe, it's the closest server. Yeah, I know. That's how I feel every day. But yeah, so now that I play in Europe, like, my rank decreased a lot. Recently, like 3 or 4 months ago, I would say, my rank was quite high-ish, like rank 700, rank 500, compared to now. But yeah, now unfortunately it feels like not just the ping issues, but the matchmaking around the immortal bracket is just terrible. Like, the amount of smurfs and stuff, it really makes the game terrible, and people just don't get punished. But now, thank you Valve, they've made the Overwatch system so we can punish the criminals. So hopefully that starts to work and makes the matchmaking better. But yeah, I play on Europe with 160 ping.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Assuming that you are playing on Europe West and not Europe East.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, Europe West.
Yeah, Europe West. So you are playing in same server with Team Nigma and Team Secret or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So I would like explain in bahasa. So sebenarnya selama dia di Asia Tenggara, dia main sangat bagus sekali. Dia pernah masuk di peringkat top 200, top 100. Tapi ketika balik ke rumahnya, karena di Afrika Selatan tidak punya server yang cukup kompetitif dan juga nggak bisa matchmaking rank gitu di Afrika Selatan, makanya dia mainnya harus pindah ke Eropa Barat. Itu satu server sama tim Secret, sama tim Nigma, OG, dan lain-lain. Dan pingnya itu di 165 gitu. Di 165 itu sebenarnya sangat besar loh. Jadi kayak istilahnya dari Asia Tenggara ke Cina aja itu masih sekitar 90-100 gitu. Dan ini dari Afrika Selatan ke Eropa Barat itu 165. Nah, highest ranking dia itu 3-4 bulan lalu sekitar peringkat 700 atau 800. Dan ping issue ini jadi salah satu problem terbesar seorang Castaway karena akhirnya mereka Castaway ini bertemu dengan pemain-pemain yang multi bracket. Dia ketemu sama smurfing dan juga lain sebagainya. Tapi terima kasih kepada Valve karena sudah membuat Overwatch dan bisa nge-punish smurfing dan kriminal sehingga dia bisa lebih enjoy bermain untuk saat ini. Seperti itu. Kemudian and also so you are now playing for Sinister 5, which is South African team, I believe. Would you mind to tell me about your journey with Sinister 5? What was your plan and what was happened during the pandemic, if you don't mind to explain to me and all of my viewers?
Sure, I will. So basically, when I came back home, I wanted to join a team that was capable of going overseas. Because for me, I don't want to just come back to South Africa, a place that I've already not conquered, but I've won everything here, and I want to move on, like to the next level. And now I've come back from the next level, which was overseas. So I need to go back, So I joined Sinister 5 because they had a plan. The owner of Sinister 5 is Bulgarian, so he has a house or 2 houses in Bulgaria. And his plan was to send the Dota team, the 5 of us, to that house, to boot camp for 3 months during a period when there were tournaments happening, preferably these leagues, like these DPC leagues, so we could try get on the low ping, like I think it's 20 ping or 10 ping, and try to compete for these leagues, like the regional leagues. And so that was the plan, and the regional leagues were announced to start last year already, so we were planning on going at around Feb or March. So 3 of the people in the Sin 5 team have EU citizenship, so they left on a plane. And my one teammate, Schlinks, and I are both South African. We have South African citizenship. So we applied for the visa. And everything was going well until COVID hit Bulgaria. And then they closed the border. Like, literally, we were waiting to get our visa back. Like, our passports were at the embassy. We filled in everything, like, everything was done. Like, we were just waiting to get the actual visa. And then they said no, and they rejected our visa because they closed the borders. And then we was, like, in this weird situation where we have 2 players in South Africa, me, the mid player, and the position 4 player on high ping, like 160, 180 ping. And we have 3 of our players in Europe on low ping. So we tried to, scrum a lot and stuff, and we started playing against like rank 500, rank 200 teams, sometimes winning, kind of losing most of the time, but we started winning like after time. It like looked better and better, like we were improving and stuff, but the pandemic just like wasn't allowing us to ever leave. So it was really difficult. And then eventually over time, the position 4 player left the team because he was like, I think the COVID got to him, like in his mind, like he got like he didn't believe that we could go do this anymore. Like he lost the will to do it, and he lost the drive to play pro Dota. Like he was done. He was like 24, 25. He was done like trying to go pro and stuff like this. Like he's been doing it for a long time. So he'd rather just like go. He has a degree as well, so he'd rather just go and work now here in South Africa and like make a normal life, So then we had to get a new player. Then another player got removed from the team for various reasons, and we were stuck. And then we had to get new players. We looked to get players from Europe, which looked promising and worked for a while until the players weren't happy with the team. Then we did more roster shuffles, and eventually it was me and then 4 other like non-South African players. And we still had the plans to go to Bulgaria and to boot camp, but the pandemic wasn't allowing us. And then unfortunately, three of the players ended up leaving because they just like didn't see us going to Bulgaria anytime soon, and the leagues were like announced to happen in Jan or Feb of this year. So then we were kind of stuck without a roster, and now we're in this state where some of the players have completely retired, like the old South African players have retired, and we're currently like, I don't even know where we are like as a roster. We will play with the South African team for the South African tournaments, but in terms of the old plan of going to overseas, I'm not sure. I still want to go, and I'm still driven. I want to give Dota like one last shot and see how it goes, but I'm not sure anymore with what the plans are for Sinister 5. I am meeting with the owner of Sinister 5 and the boss, but it's still like depending on COVID, like because COVID's like not super bad here, but it is. But the cases are quite a lot, so it's not like we have we've gotten over the COVID problem here in South Africa. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to leave and travel.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is a really tough time for you and also for your team during the pandemic, especially during 2020, and currently we're already almost 1 year since the pandemic began. So I would like to explain in Bahasa just in case some people does not understand. Sebenarnya dari timnya Castaway ini punya plan untuk bootcamp di Bulgaria waktu itu bersama timnya bernama Sinister 5 namanya. Mereka punya plan untuk pergi ke Bulgaria untuk kompetisi selama beberapa bulan atau untuk bootcamp selama 3 bulan di Bulgaria, dan kemudian mereka bahkan punya plan untuk seandainya ada Liga Dota Pro Circuit seperti itu. Kemudian dari bulan Februari atau Maret 2020, nah 3 pemain ini kan punya punya paspor European, sedangkan 2 pemainnya enggak gitu, yang mana itu dari Afrika Selatan. Kemudian pandemi datang, COVID-19 datang, kemudian dari Castaway dan 1 playernya lagi harus nunggu visa, nunggu dari travel agent, dan mereka ditolak visanya karena dari Bulgaria sendiri sudah close border untuk karena ada pandemi COVID-19 ini, dan ya akhirnya mereka nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain gitu. Dari support 4-nya dan juga Castaway-nya harus bermain kayak berlatih dan grinding dengan jarak ping yang agak kenceng gitu, agak besar 165 gitu. Kemudian dari pemain keempatnya, support 4-nya meninggalkan tim karena dia kehilangan motivasi istilahnya untuk melakukan atau bermain Dota lagi. Dia umurnya 24 tahun, 25 tahun, dia punya ijazah kuliah, dan dia pengen melakukan kehidupannya secara normal or normal life. Akhirnya Sinister 5 ini mendapatkan pemain baru, tapi kayak it works at early but got stuck at the end, dan kemudian mereka bergabung, mereka rombak lagi rosternya, kemudian akhirnya dari sisi Sinister 5 juga melihat kayak agak lama nih untuk dari pemain-pemain di Afrika Selatan untuk bergabung ke Bulgaria. Sekarang kondisinya adalah 1 Afrika Selatan dan 4 Eropa gitu. Untuk Castaway sendiri tadi ngasih tahu dia nggak tahu posisi kita ini saat ini seperti apa di Sinister 5, tapi dari plan Castaway-nya sendiri dia pengen ke luar negeri. He wanna give one last shot untuk Dota, tapi dia nggak tahu. Semuanya tergantung pada COVID-19, karena COVID-19 juga sekarang kasusnya lebih banyak gitu. Walaupun sebenarnya ya kondisi menyatakan demikian, jadi kita tidak tahu harus ngapain. Tapi dia akan willing untuk ngasih one last shot di Sin Dota ini gitu. Okay, so if there's any question from the viewers, feel free to write in on my live chat, because I will open for 1 or 2 question from you guys. Jadi kalau misalnya ada yang mau nanya-nanya, silakan feel free untuk join. Nanti gue bacain 1-2 pertanyaan untuk Castaway supaya dibaca. So Castaway,
Yes.
do you miss Indonesia?
Yes. As a whole, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I miss like parts of Indonesia. I'll be honest. I don't miss the pollution and the dirtiness sometimes, but like I really miss the friendly people. I miss the time period we were at when I was in Indonesia, like playing the tournaments and stuff. Being with my teammates was really cool. Like there was also it felt like there were a lot of things to do in Indonesia, like at night, like you could go clubbing, you could go to like nice restaurants and stuff like that. And we used to go to this one place and have like I don't know what it's called. I don't know how you will translate it, but like you smoke the
Shisha.
Yeah, shisha. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
You know what I
My
call-
brain
Yeah.
went flat. But yeah, like that stuff is so cool. But here in Cape Town, like it's a bit expensive, like to do that, and especially when you're not making like money, or, like you're not making a salary from esports like I was in Indonesia. It makes things a bit hard, you know, because like the cost of living here is higher and you make less. So like it's it's just yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I miss that stuff from Indonesia. I miss the um what's it called, like the infrastructure for things. Like you could go get Gojek, it was very cheap. Like you could order food, it's cheap. You can like travel somewhere, it's cheap. Here it's a little bit more expensive. Like everything is just more expensive, I think. But yeah, I would say I definitely miss Indonesia like as a whole, and I miss my lovely teammates, CJ, Darcy, Iman, and Kevin. Those are good days.
Ya. Oke, so Castaway ini sangat kangen dengan momen dia berada di Indonesia, kangen dengan orang-orang di Indonesia, kemudian kangen untuk bermain turnamen bersama pemain teman-teman teammates-nya di Indonesia seperti CJ, Travis, CJ, and then Kevin, Iman, dan Godot. Kemudian pada malam hari mungkin dia bisa ke klub untuk ya sekedar minum, terus juga pergi ke restoran yang mewah atau yang bagus, terus juga dia bisa nge-shisha, terus juga dia sangat kangen dengan kehidupan di Indonesia karena ketika mendapatkan pendapatan di Indonesia, expense-nya tuh lebih rendah dibandingkan saat dia berada di Afrika Selatan gitu. Jadi kayak istilahnya expense-nya higher tapi cost pendapatannya lebih rendah ketika di Afrika Selatan dibandingkan di Indonesia gitu. Dan dia sangat sangat terbantu waktu itu dengan infrastructure di Indonesia seperti Gojek, terus murah, terus juga makanan yang murah, kemudian traveling yang murah. Jadi ya mereka sangat kangen sekali dengan Traven sangat kangen sekali dengan Indonesia, terutama bermain bersama teammate-nya yaitu Aura Esports. Okay, so there are one question from my viewers actually. If Dota plan doesn't work, what would you do?
Okay, that's a good question. That's something that I've been thinking about for like ever since the pandemic happened, because the pandemic really put like a complete stop to my Dota career. Like, you know, like I was supposed to, like, I came back home and then I was supposed to go back overseas again, and then like that stopped, you know, for a long time. So I've been thinking about a few things, and my current options are kind of like either if Dota doesn't work, I will study here, which is pretty expensive, but my mom can help. I mean, she's totally fine with that. And I can study here, I can get a normal job, and, you know, life goes on. Or what I can do is I can study in like overseas, which I really want to do because I way prefer living overseas from my experience. So like I would go live in maybe China or some other country, probably China, because I have friends there, and study, and then eventually like work somewhere, maybe back home, maybe in another country, maybe in China, for example. Or what I might be doing is just gonna go like do some work, for example, like let's say working in like China for one of my friends' companies or something like that, you know, like some sort of something that I'm good at. Like I would like to do something like that. But if I study, I'll probably study like finance, accounting, maybe software development, like something like that. I enjoy those things.
Castaway. Thank you so much for your answer. So I would like to expand in Bahasa. Kalau misalnya dari Castaway sendiri plan Dotanya tidak berjalan sesuai dengan rencana, dia punya beberapa plan. Di antaranya dia bisa belajar kuliah di Afrika Selatan, tapi agak mahal untuk biayanya. Jadi dia mungkin minta bantuan untuk ke orang tuanya untuk bisa membantu dia dan juga mendapatkan pekerjaan ya just normal job gitu di Afrika Selatan. Kemudian plan keduanya adalah dia pergi overseas atau belajar di luar negeri seperti ke Tiongkok atau China dan juga ke beberapa negara lainnya, dan kemudian mendapatkan pekerjaan seperti pada umumnya. Kemudian kalau misalnya itu tidak bekerja, mungkin dia akan tetap bekerja di perusahaan Cina atau di salah satu dari perusahaan temannya gitu. Dan dia willing to belajar soal finansial, kemudian akuntansi, dan juga pengembangan perangkat lunak atau software development. Okay, is there any other question? Okay, do you have any plan for stream like a Dota 2 stream or something like that?
Yes. So I actually started streaming like a few months ago when my internet got better. Like we upgraded the internet here, and it was enjoyable. I enjoyed the streaming, but I found it a little bit difficult to concentrate in my ranked games and like interact with viewers. And I found that if I interact with the viewers, they generally stay, and I get more viewers. And my stream was growing, and I was getting like some donations, like $150, and some subscribers, and like it was cool. But I felt like it was a little bit hard to play my ranked games and stream. So I want to go back to streaming again, but recently I've been very busy with coaching. Like I've been coaching a lot of teams here in South Africa and a lot of individual players. So yeah, I've just been like really busy, like making guides, actual coaching them, researching that sort of thing. But I do want to get back into coaching. Into streaming on my Twitch. Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting because actually there are so many Indonesian players who start streaming right now in Indonesia. If you ever watch like Mikoto or in your dream have almost 90K subscribers, and also Avil from ex Evo's Esports offlaner, he also starting his streaming as well. So yeah, there are so many Indonesian players who now streaming. And also, there are some people who play like Mobile Legends Bang Bang. If you ever heard that,
Yeah. Then Russman became a Mobile Legends player.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, he was, and then he back to Dota. He's now playing for the Prime. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, CJ started streaming back in the Aura house. Like, I think right after we like disbanded and we weren't a team anymore, he
Yeah.
started streaming, or maybe just before that.
Yeah.
And now his stream is like popping off. Like he gets quite a few viewers. It's cool. Sometimes I go on there, but I don't know what he's saying, so it's a little bit hard for me to follow. But yeah, I throw some bad words in the chat, and then that's that. I gotta go on my way. Drop a few summers and some tidas, and and then I go. But yeah, it's cool. I think streaming is streaming and coaching are two ways to get some sort of sustainable income, or like some sustainability in esports. Because if you play a tier 2, tier 3 scene, it's so volatile with teams, like, and rightfully so. Like you can't sit back and wonder like or like wish that teams will just make money and they can just keep paying you a salary. I mean, it's a super competitive environment, and not every team makes money. It's very hard to make money from a tier 2 Dota team. Like how does a tier 2 Dota team give you money back? So it's so I think players reaching out to these sort of areas and like streaming and coaching, it's smart. It's very good.
Yeah, that's true. And so actually sebenarnya beberapa bulan yang lalu dia udah coba untuk streaming, dia sangat menikmatinya, tapi excuse me, dia mengalami kesulitan karena dia harus konsentrasi dengan push ranknya dia dan juga interaksi dengan viewers. Mungkin pada saat itu ia merasakan kenikmatan ketika mendapatkan subscriber yang cukup banyak, kemudian dapat donasi. Tapi sekarang ini dia sangat sibuk dengan pelatihan dari atau coaching with few peoples and also creating guides atau bikin petunjuk how to play Dota 2, and also research atau penelitian soal item-item dan juga soal Dota 2. Dan dia juga sangat setuju dengan kondisi saat ini gitu, karena kompetitif di tier 2 itu sangat ketat. Gimana caranya supaya bisa balikin duit dan lain-lain, itu sangat kompetitif. Jadi ketika nggak dapat penghasilan, jadi ya sudah seperti itu. Dan dia sangat sangat senang dengan kondisi CJ saat ini gitu. Seperti itu. And also there are one viewers asking you, what is your Twitch actually?
It's Castaway Dota, one word. Just
Castaway
Dota. Yeah.
Castaway Dota, okay.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Castaway Dota, okay. I will.
Yes. You'll see there's some stuff there. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I will explain that. Okay, so may I know what is the competitive game that available in South Africa? What is the competitive?
The most popular, I would say,
yeah.
by far would be the shooting games and FIFA. I think FIFA is probably the biggest. Like FIFA's like been in the shadows for all these years, and like I think since 2017, 2018, it's just like skyrocketed in popularity. Like most teams and most organizations in South Africa get FIFA players or get multiple FIFA players. Like I subbed for a team called Goliath Gaming in 2019 as I got back to South Africa for this one tournament, and it was a big Dota tournament. And yeah, they have like 2 or 3 of the best FIFA players in South Africa, like in their team. So yeah, FIFA's huge. CS:GO is the biggest PC game, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Like they get not like crazy viewers, like they get like maybe 400, 500 viewers for like a big game, or maybe like 1,000 I've seen, or like 1,500, which is a lot for South African terms for sure.
Yep.
But yeah, and then maybe like Call of Duty on the console. Like the console gamers are pretty big in South Africa. So yeah, I would say the console games will take over in the next few years in South Africa, and then maybe mobile as well, because everyone has a mobile phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the biggest for sure.
Yeah, while in Indonesia, actually, the biggest for the football scene is Pro Evolution Soccer instead of FIFA.
Okay.
Yeah, and also like for the FPS, right now is pretty tough between Valorant and also Free Fire and also CS:GO. CS:GO is number 3 or 4 actually. Yeah, for the FPS.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Free Fire was getting big when I was there in Indonesia. Free Fire was like started to get big, but Mobile Legends was always really big, and AOV, I think AOV.
Yeah,
it's called.
AOV. Yeah, AOV was big here, but it's now dying. Even EVOS has already disbanded their AOV roster actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, AOV.
Wow.
Yeah, like they are.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead. Yes. Sir.
Okay. Yeah. It's like some games, like they get taken over in popularity, and then the market doesn't look so good anymore, and then a team just pulls out. So like, for example, that EVOS AOV team might have been really good, and they might have like done well, but it doesn't matter. And that's kind of like the case for us in Aura. Like when we spoke with the owner, it wasn't like we were underperforming. Obviously we wanted to come first, but the ecosystem just wasn't good enough, so even a second place, like we still disbanded. So it's really unfortunate, like, and that's the thing, like esports is just so volatile when it comes to that stuff, which is, I don't know, it's nice and it's not nice.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, that's the exact situation like here in Indonesia. If your team is not a champion, then you have a right to disband the team. If you have bad achievement or something like that, you can disband or dissolve the team right away. And also, do you even consider to playing mobile games as a pro player or something like that?
I've honestly never thought about it, like ever. But some of my rivals in India and my ex-teammates in India, sorry, multiple, have now switched to that Wild Rift, the League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they've become pro Wild Rift players. And I don't mean that to make fun of them. I don't know like what considers a pro or not,
Yeah.
But yeah, they are now professional Wild Rift players, and yeah, I've never thought about it, to be honest, but maybe I will look into it in the future. I don't know. It's nice when you can get into something that's big in your country, like or at least like there's something for it in your country. But for me, like I don't think anyone even plays Wild Rift in South Africa. I've never even heard of someone playing Wild Rift in South Africa. So I don't know if it would be viable, to go into something like that, or maybe Mobile Legends or something. It's just not that big here, because of the unfortunate infrastructure and the difference in economical class. Like there are, a lot of people in poverty here in South Africa, so they obviously can't afford a fancy phone to play on and stuff like that. So
okay,
but yeah, I'll definitely think about it in the future. I'll give it a thought.
Yeah. Okay, so it might I will give you like last 2 question. Do you have any offer for the second season of Dota Pro Circuit? Because like this is a regional league. Do you ever get like consideration to join any team on lower division at least or upper division for any regions?
No, I don't think I will, because my rank is too low. Like I'm rank 2K now or something, like 1.9. Like I think I'm just too low to get offers right now. I think if if I could get to Europe and play on low ping and get to like top 500 rank, then I think I could get offers for sure, because yeah, I'm in that like I fit the role, the requirement, for like the minimal skill or whatever. So I think that could be my one thing. That's the only thing that's really keeping me from like going to something else, because I believe I have like one more shot left, especially if I do go play in Europe on low ping and just grind it out for however long I can be there, get high MMR, join a stack or a lower division team, and really like try and make it, and see how it goes.
And also, what do you think about the current system? I mean, the current Dota Pro Circuit, Regional League, and DPC Major towards to 2021 TI. What do you think about this current system that created by Valve?
Yeah, I think it's 6 years too late, but I mean, I'm glad they finally did it. I don't mean to just sit back in my position and now point fun at Valve, but I just think that they should have done this long ago, when Dota was thriving, not when it was dying. Like it was like not that I think the game is dead or anything, but like the meme, but like I don't know why it took 10 years of the international and tier 1 Dota being millions and billions of dollars for them to finally put some regional leagues for the lower divisions. Like, if you look at sports or anything else, and I know esports isn't necessarily sports, but the structure is what keeps the system making new players, like a young player who wants to go pro sees like, okay, I go pro, I go tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. It's like, and like I can go from team to team to team to team, from tournaments to tournaments to tournaments. Dota, it's like tier 1 looks lovely and like it's like shining, bling bling, but like how to get there is like a mystery. There is considered tier 2 and tier 3 players, but like they don't really get tournaments, especially not anymore. Like, well, now with the leagues, yes, but like a few years before that, like when we were in Indonesia, we got like maybe a few tournaments. Like we got ESL Indonesia to play in, like a tier 2 event or like a tier 3 event.
Yeah.
And then we had like that Asia specific event, and then the small LAN cafes. That was it. Like compared to like. Some sort of more systematic approach where like teams can go from tournament to tournament and so on, and improve and grow, and then you keep the new players like coming in, But unfortunately, Dota has waited so long to do this that the talent pool at the top is still like the same players. Like if you look at Europe and stuff, there's no there's maybe like Viking or like a new roster and stuff, but no one else is really new players. Like it's very few new players, like brand new players, except for in China. China, they just pump out new prodigies. But yeah, I'm glad it's in place now. Now I just think they need to polish up a few of the rough ends and a few of the gray areas. Like I like the fact that the DPC points have been done away with. Like teams were just getting enough points, going to TI, changing roster, and then keeping enough players so they get enough points. And then some players were ruined because of that and stuff like that. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, the system isn't perfect either, because like no one, like the player, the ex Virtus Pro mid player, he went on Twitter and he stated that if you don't play in the season or the first league of even of the lower or the upper division, the chance of you going to TI is so low. And I can see where he's coming from, because it's like you have no time to get points, you have no time to earn like a spot in the upper division and stuff like that. So it's really hard. And they need to, sort that stuff out. And the whole TI is back to invites now based on consistency and form. That's also going to be a gray area. So they definitely have a lot of things to work out. But I'm really glad that they finally have like tier 2 scene and tier 3 scene support. Because like I'm not trying to make excuses, but I feel like if they had that back in 2017, when my old South African team was in the best in South Africa, and we were competing and we wanted to go, play overseas, but we couldn't, and we were sitting on high ping and we were all like rank 200, rank 300. We could have on EU with high ping, we could have really done some good stuff. We would have stayed together if there was stuff to play for, but there just wasn't. Like outside of South Africa, there was nothing for us to play for, except for like $100 cup every week. Like on Sunday, it was like ESL Cup or something.
Yeah.
Like that was the only thing we had to play for, and like you can't just play for no money every day, you know. But we were tier 2, we were tier 2, tier 3 players, and we just didn't have a chance. So yeah, I'm glad they rectified that, but I hope it's not too late. Like, I hope Dota doesn't die because of it, and the player base and the pro player base doesn't die. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we wish nothing but all the best for you, Castaway. Is there anything, any last word for Indonesian viewers or Indonesian teammates that you've been missing for almost 2 years already? It's almost 2 years since you visit Indonesia last time. Is there any words for them?
It's been a long time. Well, yeah, I mean, I've said it before in the video. I miss you guys. It was really cool when we had our shot together. CJ, Iman, Kevin, Darcy, and I sometimes speak to you guys on Indonesia on social media. Sorry, but now I've deleted social media, so I can't anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to all the fans of Aura and the fans of myself that are from Indonesia that will watch my games or my streams and stuff. And yeah, keep safe and keep healthy. And hope to visit Indonesia sometime in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to talk with you, Castaway. Thank you so much for your time. It is an honor to have you after 2 years here. So hopefully we can meet in real person, hopefully anytime soon when pandemic ends. And also my viewers say all the best for you for your future and everything that you'll take for the next step. So maybe that's all yeah, you're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for everyone who joined this podcast. Terima kasih banyak buat teman-teman yang udah nonton podcast ini. It is a really pleasure to talk with Castaway. Terima kasih banyak, dan teman-teman kebetulan dari Castaway-nya sendiri sudah mulai menghapus sosial medianya mungkin karena privasinya dia. Jadi terus dukung Castaway dimanapun Castaway akan berkarir, dan juga jangan lupa untuk terus dukung pemain-pemain Dota dan juga streamer-streamer yang ada dimanapun, siapapun dan kapanpun gitu. Good luck next Castaway. Good luck from everybody on live chat to you. We will close the podcast we will close podcast very soon. So thank you so much teman-teman. Terima kasih banyak semuanya yang sudah hadir terima kasih banyak, dan sampai ketemu di episode 2 di Ngobras Dota 2 season 2 episode 2 bersama gua RosesaGaming, dan shout out juga untuk Castaway yang sudah menyempatkan hadir di podcast ini jauh-jauh dari Afrika Selatan. Kita punya 5 jam perbedaan. So stay tuned, do not forget to subscribe to my channel RosesaGaming and hit the like button, and also share the video to everywhere. And also, if you want to watch Castaway stream on Twitch once he live, so you can follow on twitch.tv/castawaydota. So maybe that's all. Thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak, dan sampai jumpa di podcast berikutnya. See you. Bye-bye.
Cheers.